So let's have a look at how to work with feelings in real life. Because understanding where feelings come from is one thing, but living from them, well, that's something else entirely. And I want to keep this very simple, like all things Mickel Therapy. Because a lot of approaches will tell you to stop, go inward, analyse what you're feeling. But in real life, that's not how it works. You're in a conversation, you're at work, you're with family. You don't have time to step out to figure yourself out. So instead, we take a different approach. Rather than asking, what exactly am I feeling? You begin to ask something much simpler. What would I feel like doing right now if these symptoms weren't here? What would I feel like doing or not doing right now? And that question starts to bring you back into alignment with yourself. It might be something very small. You feel like speaking or not speaking. You feel like saying yes, or something in you wants to say no. You feel like staying, or you feel like leaving. And often, there's a hesitation because the mind comes in with its usual fear, with habits, with all the reasons why you should or shouldn't. So one simple thing that helps here is just take a breath. Not as a technique, but just to create a little space between the feeling and the reaction. And from there, you allow yourself to move. Even if you're not completely sure. Because this is important. You don't have to get it right. There really isn't a right or wrong here. You might say or do something and afterwards realise that didn't quite feel like me. And that's okay. This is more about discovering what does fit you. Because what's happening is that you're beginning to recognise and respond to what your body is showing you. You're learning. And also, you're becoming more accurate over time. Now, some people will say, I don't feel anything. And that's important to understand. It doesn't mean there's nothing there. It usually means that the signals haven't been noticed, often for a very long time. So instead of clear feelings, what's left is more of a kind of disconnection, dissociation, just a sense of not much at all, really. But thankfully, underneath that, the system is still responding. And as you begin to pay attention in this way, something starts to return. Now, it's not always as a strong emotional feeling, but it's quite often as a kind of intuitive knowing, like a sense of this feels right, or this doesn't quite feel right for me in this moment. And that's where this really begins to shift, because over time, as you follow that more consistently, just the knowing, then the body doesn't need to signal as strongly or as often. The pressure reduces and the system settles. Now, there's a lot of talk at the moment about allowing feelings, and that's important. But for me, this is the key part that's often missing. It's not just about allowing the feeling. It's about allowing it to move you. Because feelings are not just something to observe. They are, after all, signals that are asking for a response. And when that response doesn't happen, the signal doesn't complete. So the body remains in an activated state of preparation for expression to take place. And that's where we start to see pressure, fatigue, anxiety, sensitivities, general overwhelm. Not because something has gone wrong, but because something hasn't been responded to. So this isn't about effort or forcing change. It's first of all about beginning to notice, allow, and then gently respond in real time. This allows this to happen as life is happening. And really, this is what the whole process of Mickel Therapy is about. Not trying to fix yourself or override what you feel. It's more about learning to recognize these signals, allow them to be true, and respond to them in a way that brings you back into balanced coherence with your true self. And as that happens, well, the system doesn't need to keep signaling in the same way. Things begin to settle, and quite naturally, your symptoms drop until you're left with only feelings. So this isn't about getting it perfect. It's about beginning to listen and being curious and willing to move, even in small ways. And from there, things start to change. Quite naturally and surprisingly quickly. Thanks for listening. All the details you might need are below. See you next video. Bye bye.